I can't really say when I realized that I'm an aerophile, but I know that I nurtured my love for planes since I was much younger. I would play make-believe pilots and go as far as writing letters on my day to feature me who I called Captain H. I was even engrossed in all sorts of YouTube videos that were related to aviation, precisely on flight reviews to much more detailed aspects of Boeings and Airbuses. But in all these years, I am yet to discover another plane that I'm more obsessed with than the Concorde. Now, in case you don't know, the Concorde is a retired Franco-British airliner that operated commercial flights at supersonic speed. To understand this, we have to know what a Mach number is. Now, a Mach number is simply the ratio of the speed of an object to the speed of sound. Since the speed of sound is classified as Mach 1, anything flying below Mach 1 is classified as subsonic, and anything flying past or faster than Mach 1 is classified as supersonic. To further understand the picture I'm trying to paint, the Concorde was able to reduce a London to New York flight, normally lasting 8 hours, to 3.5 hours. Also, according to British Airways, a BA Concorde flew around the world in 29 hours, 59 minutes, a journey supposed to take subsonic aircrafts 44 hours to make. Due to the intense engineering and technology used to develop such an amazing plane, speed was not the only fantastic characteristic that made this very, very amazing. We also had 4 powerful pure jet engines, delta-shaped wings, an adjustable nose to enable the pilots to see the runway clearly during takeoffs and landings, its ability to climb up altitudes reaching 60,000 feet right at the edge of space, and its famous reheat technology, a term used to describe the method of making use of the hot exhaust gases when passed through the turbines to increase thrust and to enable the plane into transitioning into supersonic flight. Now, I've spoken considerably on the Concorde, but I'm sure you're wondering what this has to do with our theme, Ignite. Well, I've always wondered what type of technology was used to develop such a plane, especially since it was first introduced to the world in the year 1969. And I'm sure you can all agree with me that humanity has advanced significantly in terms of technology, from the first generation being vacuum tubes, which operated with machine language, to the fifth being artificial intelligence. But where does this all leave us Nigerians? Where do we, as the youth, fall in all of this? And this propelled me to speak on the importance of utilizing technology as youth. Firstly, according to The Guardian, the average 6-year-old child understands more about digital technology than a 45-year-old adult. This fact already gives us youth an upper hand at building our nation with technology. We can apply technology in agriculture, in medicine, transportation, communication, energy, and the list goes on. In fact, some of our ambassadors have already proven our worth. Some of who are Silas Adekunle, who according to Wikipedia is known for creating the world's first intelligent gaming robot. We have Remy Dada and Chukwuemeka Afigbo, both very big names in Silicon Valley. And we have Mr. Jelani Aliu, an automotive designer who is tagged as Nigeria's best car designer. Secondly, I believe that cyber crimes have a positive side to be viewed upon, as it proves that there's intelligence but misplaced moral. When looking at technology, we cite so many disadvantages and issues that come with it. Data and security breaches, violation of privacy, impersonation, and Nigeria's widespread concern of fraud, otherwise known as Yahoo Yahoo. But Nigeria's cases of Yahoo lies deeper than just wanting to meet up with societal standards. It is deeply interconnected with oppression, depression, unemployment, poverty, and the list goes on. I can remember once reading on the story of Raymond Olorunwa Abbas, otherwise known as Hush Puppy. His Cinderella story of a second-hand clothes seller from Lagos turned Rolls-Royce Cullinan owner is homogeneous to many other stories of Nigerian cybercriminals you would hear today. Tough times mixed with humble upbringings, resulting in that feeling of lack of choice, but to indulge in immorality to prosper. But, as my friend Zoharine once told me, to be a criminal, one has to be smart. And I couldn't agree with her any better. Now, I'm not trying to justify one bit of what cyber criminals do, but you have to agree with me that to do the type of things that they do, you do indeed need wit to get away with any of it. Can you imagine that a man, Emmanuel Nwude, once managed to sell a non-existent airport to a Brazilian bank for a striking price of $242 million? In addition to this, according to a 2019 article by The Guardian Nigeria, our country loses 200 billion naira yearly to cybercrimes. And this is a country where the youth are more populated than the elderly. I believe that what differentiates the likes of Remy, Silas, and Mr. Jelani from the likes of Hush Puppy and Emmanuel is their choice of applying their technology manipulation skills to do good. And I can remember once attending a youth seminar where the speaker once mentioned that in an Asian country, the youth, high school students for that matter, develop technology that is being applied in their society today. She made mention of something like a smart card where everything you need is inside. We're talking about the money you need, information for school, and so many more. Now imagine a country adopting such a system. Would that not make a difference? Especially when we consider the amount of uneducated and out-of-school children in Nigeria. But our country is far from developing and moving into that technology aspect. But it is achievable, and it can only be achieved by the youth. Finally, I chose to write on the Concorde for many reasons, but I'm choosing to speak about it today, speaking about reviving it today for just one thing, so that you and I would think of the same thing. Reviving the Concorde is much more than reviving someone else's dreams and ideas and spending less time on flights. It's much more than showing just how great humanity is at creating her own masterpieces. If you can remember well, what differentiates the Concorde from her other commercial airliners are the intense and extraordinary engineering and technology applied and used to develop such a plane. Until date, we are yet to receive or see another plane like her in the whole history of aviation, at least commercial aviation. We are at a time where surgery is performed using lasers, a time where watches do much more than telling the time. Why should we sit and remain obliterated in the society? Why should we let the world suppress our impactful efforts? Why is it taking so long to revive the Concorde? Dear youth, you are the Concorde. You're ambitious, you're passionate, you're good at everything you do, and supersonic at everything you do. Dear youth, please ignite. Thank you.